Both of them you can get discouraged by, I think, but like don't be discouraged by them. Sales people are gonna say no. You can go to one place, they'll say no, like what do you, like get out of here. You go across the street and they'll be like this is awesome and say I want to buy the net like right now.
What is going on, you beautiful ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, friends? Welcome back to the Bonji Bros YouTube channel. So if you don't know, in our free time, we clearly eat a lot of food. And when we're not free, we're producing food. Brian and I have a business where we manufacture what we call scoopable smoothies, which is kind of a healthy sorbet or Italian ice. So we just are coming off our biggest week. This whole year, every month, we've grown month after month. We're gonna start a new series, a Bonji recap, where we recap the week, whether it was a bad week, a good week. We've been stringing together a lot of good weeks, so we thought, hey, why don't we share what we're learning with you and see if you could benefit from this as we learn and as we grow our business. Hopefully we could share some tips with you.
And by the way, if you want to check out the business page on Instagram, check out Bonji Foods. That's where you can kind of see what we're doing behind the scenes, a little bit about what our company does. So check that out too.
Yeah, so in the past year and a half, we started from scratch. We had nothing. The business had, maybe 2 years ago now, we had no customers. And now we're servicing accounts up and down the East Coast of the country. So how do we do that? So we're going to quickly cover how to scale your business quickly and sustainably. So if you're not practicing sustainable practices in your business, but you're gathering customers quickly, it's kind of like running in place. So you have to be implementing systems and procedures so that as you're acquiring new customers and clients, you're keeping your existing customers happy. So you're really growing, not running in place. So we have 4 tips, 4 ideas, 4 concepts that you should think about if you're just starting out, or if you really want to grow your business. The first one is what people call product market fit, or identifying the ideal customer. The second is sales. The third is systems. The fourth is marketing. So we're going to go through each of those. We'll probably add videos as we go throughout the weeks of identifying each of those points and going more in depth. But we'll kick it off with product market fit. Brian likes to call it identifying the ideal customer for your business. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I think one of the hardest parts about how we got into the momentum of what we're doing now was in the beginning we really had no idea. We were like deer in headlights. We were going to any place that served food pretty much. If they had any sort of smoothie or juice on the menu, we were like, oh, maybe that'd be a good customer for us to have. But in reality, you have to kind of do some research into them, do a little bit more prospecting and figuring out, okay, this place, seems like they really are excited about acai bowls. That's our main sell, which is acai bowls. And if they do have acai bowls on the menu, or they are excited about adding it onto the menu and they want to make it a featured item, then it could be something that we could start doing more numbers with. And it won't be us kind of hounding them, being like, "Hey, are you guys doing well with this?" You kind of want them to take it on their own direction, I think.
Yeah. So when you're starting a business, if you're just starting out, the number one thing you need to figure out is who really jives with this product or service that I'm offering, right? And we're in the food industry, but that doesn't mean that everyone in the food industry will like our product. We specifically sell to supermarkets and juice bars. We have a quote-unquote niche product, and then we're taking the niche product and selling it even to a more specific ideal customer, right? So we're selling to restaurants. Within the restaurant space, there's American food and Thai food and Italian food and juice bars. And within the juice bar space, there's all these different types of juice bars. In the first 6 to 12 months, we really had to visit a lot of accounts and get a feel for who does the best with our product that we developed, right? There's a certain customer that we try to identify, and they just take off with our product. It's the best fit for them.
One more point before I think going on to the next one is that when you want to grow your business, you think, oh, I'm going to get it out to everyone. but really kind of it's against what you would think. It's against wisdom, like like what you would common sense, where you have to be very specific with who you want to sell to. You have to be like, okay, there are 1,000 restaurants in New Jersey and 5,000 restaurants on the East Coast, but we need to focus on the juice bars that are selling this.
The more specific you could be in the first 6 to 12 months, and keep asking yourself, why does this customer like it? Why does this customer not like it? And it's not a bad thing that people don't jive with it. It's just you need to absorb that data and figure out, where do they fit? Why don't they fit? And then that leads us into the second point, which is sales. And sales is now, okay, I've identified my ideal customer, right? Whatever industry it is, whether it's tech, service, manufacturing, you've identified your ideal customer. And now this requires a tremendous amount of discipline where you put your blinders on and you just go find that customer or what appears to be that customer. And you don't waste your time with anyone else. No one else. And as attractive as they may be, when you find them in a Google search or whatever it may be, find them on LinkedIn, you come across an account that you think, wow, they would do such great volume. Chances are, if they don't check the boxes of what an ideal customer looks like, they're going to waste your time. And so you have to have the discipline to say, hey, that's a major business. They probably do a lot of volume and a lot of things, but we're just going to be running in circles with them for 3-6 months, and we're going to go nowhere. And the only thing you're going to do is waste time that you could have been spending with customers and providing value to the right customer.
And once you do the prospecting and the right research for it, if it's manufacturing or if it's service, don't figure out how much you can handle. Get to the point where you are maximizing the optimum level of. You want to be at the point where you're have as much as you can handle, but not breaking too much. So see what it takes to do that. Make sales goals and sales tasks that are
attainable.
Yeah.
So the first one, right? Identify the ideal customer. 2, sales, which requires a lot of discipline. You're just going after the ideal customer now. And if you get sidetracked and you start calling places that, hey, they would do really big volume, but it's going to take a lot more work, it's just going to slow you down. Start building momentum, put the blinders on, gather accounts, right? And this leads into the third tip, which is the third rule, which is build systems. Now, this is required to make the so systems go throughout, are implemented throughout the whole business, right? So it's systems in the sales arena of your business, in the manufacturing side of your business, in the distribution side of your business. Everything needs a system, it needs a metric, and it needs to be a procedure, and it needs to be followed rigorously, and it needs. You need to start now creating, once you start gathering sales and customers, you need to start creating repeatability and consistency and discipline amongst. Now you're building a team at this point when you're implementing systems, and you need to be creating repeatability for the people that you're hiring and the team that you're building.
Yeah, I would say that for systems it's almost something that you want to set and forget until you get to kind of like the next level. This is for growing your business, so you maybe for the first 6 months, one system works for you, and then it becomes, you kind of outgrow that system, and you kind of have to become a little bit more, you have to go a little bit more in depth, get a little bit more technical or whatever it might be, and increase that system. But really, systems isn't something that you're working on every day. It should be, hash it out, like spend a lot of time figuring out the best system. And then once you get that system, it should be like, okay, we don't have to worry about that.
If you have a team now, if you're at the point where you need a system because you need to hold the rest of the team accountable, then you should be checking on the system regularly to make sure that it's a sustainable thing. It's holding its integrity, and the ideal system reduces the margin of error and increases the customer satisfaction, right? So if you're a distributor and you're distributing food to different restaurants, for instance, how much can you reduce the errors on deliveries so that there's more customers happy with receiving the correct order, right? For instance. And after every few days you check in, or every day as a manager, you should be checking to see, hey, what was the margin of error? How many, okay, 500 items were shipped out, 498 were correct. That's a less than 1% margin of error, or 1% margin of error. That means 99.9% of customers are happy. What can you tweak in the system to make it 100% of customers being happy, right? Now, the fourth item in scaling your business is marketing, which is essentially sales at scale, right? It's sales. You don't have to be on the phone or meeting people in person, and your product or your service is selling itself, whether it's digitally or brochures or literature that you offer. And at this point, when you're really doing marketing well and at scale, the interesting thing is it's shortening the sales curve too. So if you're distributing your marketing materials in a lot of different places and people are reading them. Also, another thing, when in sales, as you're with your blinders on, you're going to be receiving objections. And as you go, you're going to refine those objections to 3 to 10 things that are going to be the objections that you'll hear, right? It's nothing new. That's a good thing about keeping it narrow, is that if you go narrow with the ideal customer, they're going to have 3 to 10 objections. They're all going to have the same objections. And now your marketing can be addressing those objections with prospects before you even talk to them, right? So say you're a small business just getting started, you could be talking about your volume in your marketing materials so that people don't object to, hey, do you have the volume or the capacity to service me, right?
Yeah.
Or do you have the infrastructure to service my business? So marketing is refining the concept of ideal. After you've refined the concept of ideal customer, then you're addressing objections. You're highlighting your strengths and what differentiators of your company versus the competition at scale. So you're kind of hitting those. Oh man, I could use that.
Yeah.
Oh man, this marketing company, it doesn't do this for me. This company seems to get it.
I would say very good marketing helps out the sale. Lets the customer know what you're expecting after you're done with you give them a sample, you hang up on the phone with them, they can go and check out your marketing material. They can be like, oh, they seem like they're legit. They are a company I'd like to work with. And that's very good marketing. Excellent marketing, which our marketing manager Aiden's doing, is people are hitting us up because they see how we have a very professional website and social media pages, and they say, hey, I'd like to work with you guys. I'm opening up a place. If you can get people to buy from you just on your marketing material, that's amazing. But I think it's really important also to understand that marketing is one of the most delayed gratification kind of disciplines out there. You're not going to see like, oh, this video is going to blow up and I'm going to post one video and that's going to have 100,000 followers. Chances are it won't. You have to really work at that. We were doing blogs for months and months until we were like, is this really doing anything? Until we popped up into, when you...
top 50 blog.
Yeah,
what
if
number?
you type in acai on Google.
Yeah, first page on Google.
Yeah. So sales is a very, blunt... You
just get after it.
Yeah, you're gonna know pretty immediately. Like, is the water warm? Is it cold? Should I just hop out right away? Marketing, you really don't really know. You don't really know. You have to set up a plan for yourself. Figure out. I think I'm doing the right things right now, and this is what I want the company's vision to do, to be, and then just keep on going after it, even if you don't see any results right away. I also want to say that
marketing's a lot of volume. Sales is too, but marketing's just volume. Sales, you kind of start clicking with people. You know what they're looking for. You know the objections that are going to come. Marketing is just how can we get in front of people as often as much as possible.
Both of them you can get discouraged by, I think, but like don't be discouraged by them. Sales, people are going to say no. You might you can go to one place, they'll say no, like, what do you, like, get out of here. you go across the street and they'll be like, this is awesome, and say I want to buy like right now. Marketing, so that you could be discouraged by them saying no and being upfront and hurting your feelings. Marketing could be discouraging because you really don't know what you're doing until you don't really know what's happening, so it's just a slow burn. Also, forms of marketing could also just be having relationships with people that, you know, could potentially help you out along the way, and, you know, figuring that stuff out. There's many forms of marketing. It's really just getting your name out there, shaking as many hands as possible. That's also sales, but
yeah. So, you know, just to clear it all up. So there's 4 things that you should be considering to scale your business. First, have I identified the ideal customer for my business, right? The second one is, am I targeting the ideal customer consistently with a lot of discipline and not getting sidetracked on different potential customers? 3, have I implemented the correct systems to sustainably scale, or is my team not aware of the things that they have to be doing every day to create a strong company? And then the 4th is just marketing at scale in hopes of, you know, building your business without having to be on the phone and cold calling. So, you know, hopefully that helps you in your business endeavors, and let us know your thoughts.
What is going on, you beautiful ladies and gentlemen?
Breakfast in under 30 seconds.